All right, so let's continue our discussion on rational numbers. And this time, we will be working with some operations with our rational numbers. So when we talk about multiplying rational numbers, so if we are going to be multiplying fractions, all we need to do is multiply across, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. And then the final answer will always be in lowest term. So in this case, we have 3 over 8, 3/8 times 5 over 11. Again, simply multiply across 3 times 5, which is 15, 8 times 11, which is 88. Nothing is common between the two, and so we can have that as our final answer. All right, let's have the next one. So here, again, we simply multiply our numerator. So 2 times 9, that's 18. 3 times 4 is going to be 12. Now, negative times negative from our discussion last time, this will be a positive number. So this is a positive 18 over 12. But 18 over 12 could be simplified to lowest term since both of them could be divided by 6. And so our final answer would be 3 over 2. Okay? Now, if MathLab says write your final answer as a mixed number, and since this is an improper fraction, if you change 3 over 2 to become a mixed number, 3 divided by 2, that's 1. This is a 2. So it's going to be 1 and 1/2. So either this or this will be your final answer depending on what MathExcel is, what MathLab is asking for. Now in this case, we have a mixed number multiplied by another mixed number. So our rule in multiplying fractions is we simply multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. In this case, there are whole numbers involved or integers involved. So before we do the multiplications, we need to change to improper fraction first. Change to improper. That's the first thing to do. Okay? So if we are changing this to improper, this would be 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 2. This is going to be 11 over 3. The other fraction, so that's multiplied by 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1. So that's going to be 5 over 4. Now, we can do our multiplication since we have numerator and denominator. And this is going to give us 55 over 12. Again, this could be your final answer already. Or if you get it as if you change it as mixed number, this will end up to be 4 and 7 over 12. That is our value. Now, with division, it's almost like doing multiplication, but then before you do your multiplication, your divisor will be the reciprocal. So you're gonna reverse the operation division. You will change it to multiplication. So because you multiply, now you're multiplying, you have to reverse your divisor, so you will get the reciprocal. And then we proceed to multiplication. So again, so here we have 4/5 divided by 1 over 10. We copy 4 over 5. The division sign will now change to multiply. Oops, sorry. Okay, multiply. Now our 1 over 10 will now switch and become its reciprocal. It's going to be 10 over 1. Okay, so remember, the operation becomes multiplication, and then our divisor becomes its reciprocal. And so our answer here will be 40 over 5, which could be simplified to be 8, just simply 8. All right, so similar scenario here. We have -3 over 5. Again, our division will now change to multiplication, and our divisor will become its reciprocal, 11 over 7. And so, working on this is now going to be -3 times 11 is -33 over 5 times 7, which is 35. Nothing is common, and so this is our final answer. So just like with what we did earlier with multiplication of mixed numbers, we need to first change them into improper fraction. So 4 and 3/4 is going to be 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 3, that's a 19 over 4. still copy division, okay, divided by, again, we are just changing mixed number to improper. So this is now 1 times 2, which is 2 plus 1, okay, and that's going to be 3 over 2. Now, we have changed them both to improper fraction. We now proceed with our actual division. So this is going to be 19 over 4. The division sign will change to multiplication, and our divisor will change to its reciprocal, which is 2 over 3. All right, and so moving on, this will give us 19 times 2, which is 38. And then you have 4 times 3, which is 12. So you can see both of them could be divided by 2. All right. So this will become 19 over, dividing this by 2, this will become 6. So our answer will be 19 over 6. And then if MATLAB requires you to change it to mixed numbers, this is going to be 3 and 1 over 6. So whichever is required, make sure that you know how to change from one form to the other. Now, addition and subtraction of rational numbers, we have the easy way, which is when we are adding similar, okay? So when we talk about similar fractions, it means they have the same denominator, okay? So when you have fractions with the same denominator, we simply add or subtract the numerator. Add or subtract the numerator, okay? That's all, because they're still going to have the same denominator. So let's have these examples. So here we have 3 over 7 plus 2 over 7. Both of them have 7 as denominator. So 3 plus 2 is simply 5 over 7. Nothing is common. That's the final answer. Here we have 11 over 12 minus 5 over 12. They have the same denominator, so we do 11 minus 5, which is 6. But then we know that we can simplify this, and it will change to 1/2. All right. Now, the tricky part is if you have integers in your, okay, mixed numbers, okay? When you change this to mixed numbers, you are just changing the fraction part. Do not include yet the negative, okay? So in this case, I would like to make sure that I emphasize this. Negative 5 and 1/4 is going to be, this is 4 times 5, which is 20 plus 1. It's going to be negative 21 over 4, okay? We do not multiply negative 5 and 4. Do not do that. We just focus on the fraction part itself. So negative 5 and 1/4 is going to be negative 21 over 4 minus, all right? So same scenario here. We're just working with the fraction part. 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 3, that's going to be 11 over 4. But again, this is a negative, so it's going to be negative over here. So now working with our subtraction, if you would remember from our last topic, when we are subtracting integers, we change the sign of the second number and then we add. All right, so we have negative 21 and positive 11. If you combine them, negative 21 is higher, so our answer would be negative, and it's going to be over 4. 21 minus 11 is going to be 10, okay? But then we know that we can still simplify this, and this could change to 5 over 2, or if this is going to be a mixed number, this is now going to be 2 and 1/2. Negative 2 and 1/2. So just be flexible as to how we are going to be writing your final answers. Okay.